Yo, what's up guys, it's Cory and Sandhagen. It's kind of noisy in here, so sorry about that, but okay, today we're going to talk about two things in the fights that happened. We're going to talk about the knockout with Prates, just one little detail. Not going to spend a ton of time on that because I want to talk about, in kind of like nerdy technical talk, not super casual stuff, about how Islam was able to control Jack, and then my 2 cents on what Jack I think could have done a little bit differently. So stick around for that, especially if you're kind of into the, again, more technical side, if you're a fighter or you really want to learn like the intricacies of it. We're going to talk about how Islam was able to hold half guard for a lot of the time, the problems that Jack was having in that spot, and then just what you need to do in order to get out of that. And then also just kind of like my own 2 cents on how long it takes in order to like actually learn all of that stuff, because it's not as simple as like, hey dude, just learn this move in this training camp. It doesn't work like that. So let's talk about those two things. Like, subscribe, comment. Video sponsored by Aries. I love you guys. Bye. All right, so the first thing that we're going to talk about is the knockout that Prates had on Leon Edwards, which was super impressive. We'll just touch on this really quick because it's not any crazy, like, super technical thing, but it's just like one little key thing that we're going to talk about that gives you a little bit more length on your long punches. So, Elias, can I use you? Bow to your sensei. Shit, bow. Leon was going lefty a lot, so it was like double lefties. I say lefty because I don't know what southpaw means. I don't know what orthodox means, so I say lefty righty. Some idiot made like a comment about that in the comments, and that's why I don't read comments, because you get the freaking point regardless of the words. But long story, okay, so switch. So they're both lefty, okay? Here's where most of the fight kind of took place a little bit. Leon switched righty, and then it gave Prates what Prates is really good at, which is like really long left hands, okay? The key thing that I want to talk about with this one is when you're fighting open stance, okay? You can close this distance with like short shuffles like this. Prates doesn't do it like that, because anytime I start to shuffle like this, I'm kind of telegraphing anything that I'm gonna do. Like I'm pretty much going like this, or like this, like I'm gonna kick someone, okay? So when you're doing this, Prates does a good job of just stepping and pushing off with this foot here and just giving him a ton more range, because he like reaches the front leg. I don't even think about it like a step. I think about it like I'm reaching. He doesn't go that deep, but you guys get the point. It's not just a step. It's a powerful reach to where I'm like throwing my body into things like this, opposed to a shuffle like this, or if you're a beginner on the beginner side of stuff, a punch like this where there's no step at all. It's just short. When I step my foot just a lot more, like I'm here, okay? And that's really good for super long guys, because I can be way out of range with my legs, pretty athletic, and then step, reach, and like be able to crush someone and hit super hard like that. So that was the main thing in that fight. I don't want to talk about that one a ton, just because, like I said, it was that's how the knockout happened. Just a really big reaching type of step that gives Prates like a lot of range on his back cross. Islam and JDM. Good wrestlers that have been wrestling their entire lives are going to be able to take you down, probably, okay? Like, work on your defense, no doubt, but also in MMA, because there's no like scoring 2 points or scoring 3 points in wrestling, or like in wrestling as there is in MMA. Just learn how to get back up really quick, which is what I'm like super good at. Dare I say the best in the MMA, but that's just kind of at neutralizing. Then when you stand up, you have like to actually like score. So didn't do that well in the couple fights that I did against really tough wrestlers. But the first thing, let's start slow. Islam's control, okay? We could do it like this. He's controlling this leg, and then he's getting this arm underneath, like super deep, okay? That's a really good way to go about controlling people in MMA, okay? Because this gives you a ton of ability to make it so that Elias's shoulders can't go back and forth. I say this all of the time, but guys can turn in and go for like underhooks or really low singles, boom, and then get themselves up like that. Or they can turn the other direction, boom, and then start to get themselves up from here, which is a pain in the ass. So when you're controlling people, you don't want their shoulders being able to like go left and right, okay? This stops it, yeah? So when I go like this, like turn left, right, it just makes it a little bit harder. If you're strong as shit like Islam is, it makes it even harder, okay? Like in those bigger weight classes, I'll definitely say that it's a lot harder to get out than like us littler guys, just because we're like pound for pound a little bit stronger. But that's kind of getting on the really technical, kind of like esoteric side, so we'll stay away from that. But the underhook too, right? He did a really good job keeping this underhook, keeping this, and then keeping this here too. So he's kind of just laying on this leg. He doesn't want this one coming in, bring this in like a butterfly. The other one. Yeah, he doesn't want this happening because that means that he can make a little bit of space, and then again, his shoulders can go back and forth. I don't want this happening. This makes it so that if Elias pushes me away, I can't really stay super connected to him. If I'm like Islam, go ahead, bring it in. Like, I just layer things that suck on top of each other, and it makes for a really difficult thing to get out, okay? If I add this thing, that sucks, and then I add this good underhook, that sucks, and then I don't let this knee come in, that sucks. This is like a super not fun thing to try to untangle yourself from. That's the way that I see it, because you have to address each thing on their own, okay? So if I'm Jack, okay, because that's really good control on Islam's part. There's like, you want to keep those things. You want to keep that leg pinned so that they can't get that out. You want to keep it so that their shoulders can't go left, right. And going across their faces just adds another thing, just because if I start to go like this, I'm going to get choked by a head and arm, right? So it makes like this direction even harder. But if I'm Jack, okay, lay on this one. I need to start thinking, get this in so that I can make this type of space so that my shoulders can start going left and right, okay? Or if I don't want this, or maybe he's like being not as tight on this, if I bring my arm across here like this, I get choked, probably. Especially if it's against Islam, like I would literally never in a million years do this, okay? Same thing if I was against Islam, going underhook, he's gonna try to darce every time. I probably wouldn't try to do that. So the direction that you're gonna wanna go is this way, okay? But because this is like in the way, I can't just turn this way either. That's why this type of half guard is like I said, it's like things that suck on top of each other. I need to take this, put this on the inside of his body so that I can turn myself here, okay? You'll see my knee is still like really controlled by Elias's legs. I either need to like push that thing off or kind of like get to rotate to your right, yeah. Or I need to like post and get my knee free, because I can't move and like turtle like this. You're just gonna give up your back. When I turn, I need to start thinking free my knee. I'll either push or he'll do it for me like how he just kind of did. But anyways, from here, I'm kind of in the good to start building myself up, okay? I stay strong, I keep him on my side. If he spins towards my back, not really a huge deal. I just continue, keep doing what I'm doing. Or if he cuts in the front, this is a little bit more of a big deal. I need to dig my shoulder down more so that he can't just run me over, like that. I stay low, he runs me over. I use it to build myself up, okay? So this is super important. We're gonna get a little bit technical and nerdy on this because I want you guys to really understand it, okay? This is really not good, okay? Like, be as good as you want. This is a lot of things to deal with. He has my leg. I can't turn this way because this is in the way, and I can't really turn this way. If I do turn this way, I'm risking this unless I dig under for an underhook, in which case Islam's gonna try to darce me. So it's a lot of stuff. Like, you should do this. If you're a fighter, like, do what Islam did, okay? If you want to be able to get up, good. Turning this way, not the answer. Turning this way hard with this arm out. I need to go to the inside with my arm, get to my side. My knee is still really captured, so unless I can like shove him off and like free my knee like this, which if he knows what he's doing is gonna be a little bit tough, okay? So I either need to start pushing or use this arm to push. But once this is out, like I'm good, I'm gonna be able to turn, okay? I'll turn, get to our turtle or referee's position or whatever, and then you just have to be super good here. So we're gonna talk about this a hair. Honestly, I don't wanna talk, you can stop for a second. I don't wanna talk for like 30 minutes about all of the intricacies of that position because there are a lot. Maybe I'll do a seminar, or not a seminar, but I'll do an instructional on that because that will be like a ton of information. But let's talk about a couple of the spots. So go ahead, behind. Jack did like a okay job, but if you're going with someone that's any good at this position, they're gonna try to put your hands on the mat. Okay, so go ahead off to the side. A little higher in my arms. Yeah, so this sucks. Again, this is like layers of things that suck stacked on top of each other. One, he's behind me, so I can't really do much. And then two, he's got his weight forward with my hands on the mat. If I'm like this, I'm good. Like I could just build myself up, put my hands forward. I have to catch myself like this, okay? So when you're doing this, Jack made the mistake of going like this. Don't do this. Go off to the side. Like, I'm not going to win here, okay? You're just not. Like, you can start to Granby and think like funky stuff. That's like an okay answer, but it's not like the most powerful, reliable answer. When Elias puts me here, I don't build myself up like this. I'm just gonna be stuck if he knows what he's doing. If he's sitting back a little bit, then great, I could do this. But if he's keeping my hands on the mat, tripoding is like not the best answer in the world. I either need to slide, get my weight back under me, or just not do that period, which is what I would suggest. When he sits himself forward, I'm going to do a little slide here and start to get myself up. I'm not like this to where he could yank me back. That sucks. I stay curled and I stay really strong here and build myself up like this. From here, you have to be super strong and know how to fight the hands, which again, we're not gonna spend like 30 minutes talking about all of this stuff, but maybe comment in the comments below if you guys want an instructional on that. I'll sell it for pretty cheap. But one more time, all the way through. Turning hard, moving hard because he has my legs. I go inside, I get my knee free. I turn, he's gonna be behind me. When he's behind me, I need to be strong and understand this position and how to get myself up. Boom, fight his hands, boom, elbows in, break myself away, okay? The last thing that I'll say about this one, guys, is I don't know how to say this without kind of sounding like too much of a jerk, and that like, jiu-jitsu is blah, because jiu-jitsu isn't blah. Like for example, Islam doing what he was doing on top is jiu-jitsu. I don't really see them as separate things, wrestling and jiu-jitsu, but I will say that there's things in jiu-jitsu, like there's like a way to view jiu-jitsu where it's like, let me go with all of the easy things, kind of more like a judo type of style of jiu-jitsu, which is still great, but sometimes the answer is just to be strong and have good fundamentals and like have a super strong position and structure and connection, like driving myself into the floor and being strong, opposed to kind of like here and all of that stuff. And just not growing up wrestling, I know that how important that is. And once I've gotten to learn jiu-jitsu or learn wrestling a lot more, is it's not the movements of wrestling that are particularly like most, they're just as important as the other things, but what's really important is making sure that like I am strong in all of these spots, and it's not something that you have to grow up doing in order to be strong in them. Like I don't need to have been doing it for years and years and years to get good at it, which is what they'll tell you. So don't trust that. Like you can get good at it, but just being on the other end of actually being good at getting up from referee's position, keeping hooks out, stuff like that, it's gonna take you a long time to be able to do, but you'll be able to do it. And I'm talking like, it's not gonna be like 2 months and you're good at it. I'm talking like 6 months. You'll get really good at like some things, then you'll go with a different type of wrestler that will be able to do different things and sit his weight different and just has different answers for what you're doing. And then you'll spend another 6 months on that, and then more and more and more. So it's like the long road to being good. But I feel like I've proven in my fights that like Merab and Umar are definitely some of the best wrestlers, not only in my division, but in the sport of MMA, and they had like nothing for me as far as like control goes when they had me down. So it works. You just have to like hammer away at it for like a really, really long time and trust that it'll work from that. So that's pretty much that fight. That's really all that I wanted to talk about, is just that half guard position, because that's where a lot of that was spent, so you guys can understand that, how to get up, and then when you are in referee's position, what to do and what not to do. Comment below, and like I said, maybe we'll do an instructional on it, because it could be like an hour, 2 hour long instructional on just getting up from referee's position, and then like I was doing before, like digging in, freeing your knee, stuff like that. So let me know. Peace. Love you guys. Bye.